A world built on parchment, steel and faith. A fire rising under feudal crowns. In the shadow of the crown, under feudal skies, where the serf and the soldier lived under holy eyes, came a whisper in the chapel, came a fire through the land, when the barons drew their swords and said, enough, take back our hands. From the parchment sealed and running deep, a seed began to grow. Property protection, limits kings would come to know. A deal with faith and fortune, with scripture at its side. The first small spark of liberty that power couldn't hide. And the people rose as England changed from throne to law, the world rearranged. But on the altar of the free, we laid our history, turned the rights of nations, sons into rights for all humanity. What was built for our defense became the world's decree, and now the creed of liberalism bends until it breaks beneath the plea. All must have the same rights, no matter what they believe. And on the altar of the free, we forgot what it was for originally. Through the ages came the merchants, came the workers with their tools, came industry and reason, overthrowing ancient rules. A man could keep his wages, own the labor of his hand, stand equal before courts, not just kings who ruled the land. Liberalism bloomed a fortress built on common law, universal rules for every soul, the fairest we had saw. A shield for British families, for hearth and home and creed, a promise to protect the ones who sowed and those who bleed. But the shield grew soft, the borders wide, and the meaning blurred from side to side. On the altar of the free, we carved a new belief that no nation should stand taller than the world's collective grief. Rights once held for citizens became a global plea, and we forgot the cost that built our laws and shaped our liberty. And now the creed we forged for strength is stretched across the earth and sea. On the altar of the free, we gave more than we could guarantee. From the ashes of the empires came a promise to the earth that every tribe and nation held an equal human worth. But in chasing moral virtue, we forgot the simple truth. A right without enforcement is a dream without a roof. We offered sacred freedoms to a world that didn't share the duty or the customs that had built them through despair. Gave sanctuary without asking if they'd guard our sacred flame, expecting those who scorned our past to honor it the same. Now statues fall in silence where our history once stood tall, and the ones who preach compassion are the quickest to enthrall. They shout of liberation while they chain us with the blame, calling loyalty oppressive and tradition filled with shame. The rights we forged with struggle now are turned against our kin, to shield the very voices who tear down the world we're in. And we watch our freedoms dwindling as the chorus starts to cry. To save the world from tyranny, the old ways must all die. Now the weapon isn't steel, it's the language of the right, twisted into chains disguised as mercy's gentle light. Free speech bound in silence so another won't take offense. Justice bent and broken by a court of good intents. And those who scorn the freedoms we defended in the past use our kindness as a weakness, knowing empires never last. We're told to bow to those who see our liberties undone, all in the name of fairness, though they wouldn't grant us one. So on the altar of the free, we kneel in irony, forgiving rights to those who gladly burn our rights to ash and leave. Liberalism's promise turns to paradox and plea, a path that leads to ruin in the name of pure equality. For freedom without boundaries becomes a fallacy, and on the altar of the free we traded strength for a dream that can't be. So remember where it started, in the oath against the throne, a bargain for our people, for a land we called our own. But never tea without loyalty can never keep us whole. And the altar of the free will always ask, what price for the human soul?